Here it is, the brand new 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG G63. And I know that sounds like a mouthful, but most people will refer to this car as the new G-Wagon. Now from the most previous version to this, there's only a few design changes on the outside of the car, some of which include a new front bumper, brush grille, headlights, and a rear back bumper. Other than that, the classic shape of the G-Wagon has been the same for decades and will probably remain the same for decades to come. This vehicle is something that we might always have in our fleet as the years go by. Iterations of this car have always looked classic and have always carried through from year to year some specific features, some of which include the locking sound of the doors opening and closing in the locking feature, which we will show you momentarily. But some of the more notable changes, what we should check out now, is the horsepower and power to torque ratio in the new engine. Let's check that out now. This is the 4-liter V8 twin-turbo engine that powers the AMG G63. This kicks out 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. Now this is about 150 horsepower higher than the entry-level G-Class, the G550. This is the more luxurious and desirable version of the G-Wagon, and that's why these are the ones that we have available at MPH Club. So, part of the charm that's carried from generation to generation of the G63 is this lock and unlock sound. That tactile force, almost like a shotgun sound, is part of the charm and why people love this vehicle so much. So, before we talk about this interior, there's a special badge I want to point out. This right here, sitting in between the driver and passenger, is Mercedes-Benz Schackel-proved. Now, Schackel is the name of a mountain in Austria, and then the country of Austria is actually where these vehicles are assembled. So it's kind of similar of an idea to like how the Jeep Rubicon has a badge that shows it's been proved and tested on the rigorous trail that is the Rubicon Trail. This is the Mercedes-Benz version of that. So, now let's check out the interior. So, red, black, carbon fiber trim, and a brand new infotainment system, a huge screen. Similar console with the same locking differentials from the other versions of the G63 and the other G-Class vehicles. But the engine is what's different. Now we have cup holders, which is a big deal. The old version didn't have cup holders here. It only had like this little basketball net thing. So this is a huge upgrade, especially for Mercedes-Benz's American consumers. Big deal. This carbon fiber is gorgeous. This is the same from the other models, like a book opening up to give you some storage space. These seats are both heated and cooled. And let's turn on the engine so you can hear what it sounds like. But before we do, please give this video a thumbs up. Helps growth of our channel a lot. And the way this engine sounds, how the exhaust system sounds, is nothing like a regular luxury SUV. This almost has like a classic car, like a real car feel. And that's why, another one of the many reasons people are so attracted to this car. So, this G63 has an upgraded steering wheel, carbon fiber, Alcantara. I love when they have these little notches at the top, and screens. You have these two little screens on the left, which indicates whether you want to be in driving automatic shifting or manual shifting. When you click this and you shift to manual, you'll just use the paddle shifters to shift. And the other button here is for the suspension. When you click this, you will engage your Sport suspension, and you can click it twice to go into Sport Plus. Speaking of Sport Plus, on the right side, you have your drive mode selector. So this in itself is a screen and will turn on in the comfort starting position. But you also have Sport, Slippery, Individual, which is programmable, and Sport Plus. Now listen to this when I switch from Sport to Sport Plus. So you just heard the exhaust get louder the note kind of pitches up and the RPMs pick up just a tad when you're in Sport Plus. So everything opens up, you're in the raw version of the G-Wagon. Now this has a few more inches of space than the old version, and the new G63 is actually 5 inches wider than the old version of this car. So the passenger and the driver actually have a lot more space up here than the old version, and just adding to the luxuriousness of this vehicle. This also has a sunroof, is wrapped in all premium materials. Everywhere you look and touch, everything is super premium. There's no plasticky or there's no like build quality issues. Everything here is like sturdy. So enough bragging about this car. Next up, let's take it on the road and tell you what it's like to drive. So now we are inside the brand new G63. And this specific model has all the bells and whistles, including this gorgeous carbon fiber steering wheel, which even has this gray Alcantara wrapped around it and is crazy premium. As we already know, all of the features and changes from the old G63 to this G63 is night and day, including the interior and the driving experience. So right now we're just rolling around. I'm gonna try my best to describe what it's like to drive this car. On the steering wheel, there is a shifter here and a little display screen that shows you what mode you're in. You have a couple different options like Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, even a slippery, like a weather mode, and an individual customizable mode. So what we're gonna do now is shift into Sport Plus. And what's really cool is you can literally hear the exhaust note pick up. It's like crazy loud when you're in Sport exhaust, like all of it opens up. And when you do that, it auto engages manual mode, but this button right here on the left of the steering wheel lets you go right back to automatic, unless you want to use manual. When you're in manual, you just have to use these paddle shifters, which should not be a big problem for anybody interested in renting this car. You probably already know how to use these, but if not, one of our sales reps can definitely explain how to do it. So, if we step on it just a little bit to feel how much power this massive cubicle-like vehicle has, let's experience it. We didn't even pass 40 miles per hour. This vehicle goes 0 to 60 and right around the lower 4-second mark, which is crazy when you just think about how massive a car this is, how much wider it is than the other previous models of the G63, and the lack of aerodynamics, should I say? Like, this is definitely one of the least aerodynamic vehicles in the fleet, yet it still has the power to get up and go whenever you want, especially in Sport Plus. The handling is oddly precise. I guess comfort is the first word that comes to mind. It does feel very comfortable. It's not too stiff, not too aggressive, yet precise is the right way to explain that. So in the history of the G-Class, in the 2012, which is the last time the G-Wagon got a facelift, was when you finally saw an improvement in the steering technology. Now from that version, the most recent version of the G63 to today's version, the newest version, it is equally as advanced in technology, but it is the same as the last model, just a little more finely tuned, as you can probably feel for yourself if you get the chance to drive this car. So when you come to rent your own Mercedes-Benz G63 from MPH Club, you actually have options. This might be my favorite option of the 3 that we have right now, but you can pick from a white, black with black interior, black with white interior, and this, which is the gray with red interior and carbon fiber everywhere you could possibly look. So this one's definitely got first place. So what's kind of cool about the turn signals is that they're integrated up on top. You can literally see the turn signal flashing, which kind of makes you feel as if you're on top of the world looking down on all of the the poor people, because you're in your fancy rich G-Wagon. But it's just kind of a cool design where you can see it. It's right there on the top of that hood piece, hood fender piece. But now we're going to come to a stop, and we're going to engage Sport Plus and feel what it's like to give it gas in the brand new 2021 AMG G63. One second. Yeah, and hold on. You got a little thing right here you can hold on to. That might help. Okay, we come to a complete stop. Right before we do this, make sure you give us a thumbs up. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. You must have opened the window behind you, bro. So, oh my gosh. It's crazy because obviously it's not the fastest car in our fleet, but it's just such a massive vehicle that it is startling how fast this giant metal filing cabinet can actually get you to go. It's exciting is one word to describe it, but surprising might be a better. It is just surprising how much power is packed into this vehicle. So now we should take it back to HQ and we can talk a little bit more about how you can get behind the wheel for yourself. Okay guys, this completes our review of the Mercedes-Benz AMG G63. It's still a mouthful, but if you like this type of content, please give our channel a thumbs up, subscribe, and you can check out below some of the other review videos we've done from other cars in our fleet. Now, if you want to get behind the wheel of any of the luxury or exotic cars you see on this channel, all you have to do is reach out to MPH Club, either by calling our toll-free number or sending us an email, which is also down in the description below, and you can get behind the wheel for yourself. Now, you don't even have to be living in South Florida to take advantage of our cars and our club and our program, because MPH Club delivers. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.